Good afternoon. Happy time, everybody. Hello, everyone. You're making me giggle in the comments. Dave Salby Williams, respect my authority, which is Eric Cartman quote. It's a little hard for me to see the screen because it's very bright here today. You notice the sunshine pouring through. It's a little hard to see the screen. It's reflecting in the way I'm sat in position. But hello to everyone that's joining. I'll give you just a minute or two to join us before we get into the meat and bones of today's thing. Ian Thompson's just watched it. It's just incredible, he says. And Leah, I was just listening to the pod. What to do? Pause the pod with us and let's have a bit of a giggle and a bit of a laugh. Linda Bussey doing my weekly COVID test while I was watching this. Hopefully you're still clear, Linda. Oh, blimey, comments are coming in thick and fast. Hello to everyone. Is Danny fit to be chair? Yeah, there's going to be lots of things coming from, lots of memes. It's meme-tacular. Read the standing orders, Lawrence Bromley says. Hello, Lawrence. Wendy Fear. Oh, okay, everyone's popping off. I'm the clerk of the council. Right. Rather than me go through the comments, Ethan, can I be the clerk? Yes, you may. Now, StreamYard has added a brand new feature. It used to be able to, well, it still can share screens, but now you can share a video. So what I've done is I've got the video and what it does is the StreamYard hosts it and you can bring it in and you can scrub through it. You can hear it as well. I've bleeped out the swear word. So many of you will have noticed at the beginning, there's a swear and I've bleeped that. I've gone through and edited it and I've cut it down to the point about 6 minutes long. And I want you guys to join me and watch it with me because I can't stop laughing every time I see it. And I just want to pour over a couple of bits and pieces because fundamentally, I would suggest most of us being parkrun volunteers, event directors and so forth, have been on committees and on parish, well, I say some people may be on parish councils, but certainly on committees, running committees, all sorts of sports committees. And I am a huge believer that committees for small groups are one of the worst things on the entire face of the planet. It brings out the worst in people. It gives a lot of people who are craving power they may not get in other positions. They go well above and beyond their authority, well above their own self-importance. And it seems to be a big British thing. I don't know if it happens in other countries. And I would never go on a committee ever. And this is indicative, this is in a nutshell about all the things that's principally the worst of these small committees that are dotted around the UK. And I'm sure there's some lovely ones and I'm sure there's some lovely groups, but they are they can go horribly wrong and have some very toxic parties. I've had great experiences of similar to myself. You want to get involved and often find that your head's bashing against a brick wall. So let's have a look at the video. Hello to everyone again in the comments. I will try to keep my eyes in the comments. We've got quite a large viewership. Matthew Scriven, I feel like I've missed a memo, but I'll ride along anyway. So this is why I'm doing it. So if you haven't seen the video, you're going to be able to watch this video with me now. And this is the core component part of it. And your label needs to be Parish Council Clerk Danny. No, Ian Thompson. I thought about that, but I want to celebrate Jackie Weaver because I think Jackie Weaver is amazing. I'm a big fan of Jackie Weaver now. And so Leah's going to bed. Okay, Lee, I'll see you in the morning, but have to run in the morning. I'll try to stay up. Okay, one of the two, but stay with us for a few minutes. Right. Let's have a look. Let's bring it up. You should be able to hear this. If you can't hear it, do let us know, but you should be able to hear.
Start.
I think we could start.
So just very quickly, that swear is someone swearing at the chair. There's some great threads on Twitter as well about people saying the ins and outs. People are going through the minutiae, they're going through the minutes, looking at through old videos. This guy's about to pop up, who's got the camera very close to his face, I think is the chairman, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, let's have a watch.
When do we plan to start?
I think we could start any moment, Chairman. I think it's perhaps helpful just to go through the same things as we went through before, which is just to encourage people to switch off their microphones because it does reduce the background.
On that.
Bing, which tells us that somebody else wants to come in. So I'll continue to admit people if you'd like to start the meeting, Chairman.
I love the cacophony of.
Can we be assured that we won't be thrown out of the meeting like we were last time?
As long as we have reasonable behaviour from everyone, no one would be excluded from the meeting.
I was thrown out of the meeting.
What I don't like about this, what I find really creepy, it's just the close vicinity. It's like someone's invading your personal space on the camera. So why do very few people have this understanding and knowledge as to where to position the camera? We don't want to see what you've eaten in your teeth. We don't want to see up your nostrils. Put the camera away. People don't know how to position themselves in the rule of thirds. Now, I don't expect everybody should know this, but it amazes me how many people can get it fundamentally wrong. But one person doesn't, and we know who that is. But we'll come to her in a second.
So was
Quite
Councillor
rightly.
Birtwell, so was Councillor Brewerton.
As a point of order, Chairman, could we start the
Again.
Chair,
Okay. I'll go for. Okay.
Chair,
We haven't started the meeting yet. Do you want to speak anyway?
This is where you have
Yes,
all
I'd
the,
like to,
you have the crashing of the audio amongst everyone. People trying to wait their turn, and it's just horribly organised.
ask a point of order.
I'm in.
We're not in a meeting, so points of order are not
When's it started yet?
applicable.
No?
Points of order apply during the debates. And I want to ask Jackie, was it you who quoted a point of order?
Yes, it was indeed.
Are you here as the proper officer?
I am here offering support to Handforth Parish Council in the conduct of this meeting this evening.
You're not the proper officer.
Is that as clerk or proper officer?
There's no difference between clerk and proper officer.
Of course there is.
And this is typical Britishness. It's aggressive, but it's calm and polite in tone. It's passive aggressive masterclassing going on here. It really is. But of course, it soon goes horribly wrong.
Yes, there is.
You must know the basic law,
Are we
I
going
would
to,
have thought.
You
are we
must
going to
know.
start this meeting, Chairman?
It isn't the role of somebody who, however kindly, volunteers to do the clerking for a meeting to act as a proper officer if they haven't so been appointed. That's against the law.
It's been called by
And,
two.
and let me also quote to you the
Unless we
standing
are-
orders of Handforth. Will you stop talking?
Unless we are prepared.
And then that's where it all goes wrong. He's lost his temper. He's lost it. He was being passive aggressive all the way, staying calm in tone, boom, and then gets angry because Jackie's trying to get hold of the meeting.
Will you please listen?
Will go the same.
Will you please listen? Will you stop being whatever it is you're trying to be and just clerk the meeting if that's what you want to do?
Chairman,
Points of order, according to our standing orders, are determined by the chair. If you want to raise a point of order as a councillor, you ask if you can raise a point of order, you state it, and then the chair decides. It is not for the clerk to raise a point of order. It is not for the clerk to decide a point of order.
Could he be any more patronising? I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of this guy. I've never met him before. I don't get a great feeling just from the brief couple of minutes I've heard from him. I feel a bit sickly that I've come across many people like this in my time, certainly in the running community, and who echo. I think we all have many people like this in our local communities, which is a shame because fundamentally councils and committees are meant to get things done and organised by life enhancers who want to get things moving and progressing, and often held back by belligerence and aggression and, I don't know, maybe an element of sort of machismo going on and misogyny and so forth. Anyway.
councillors.
And you must be aware of that, or at least God knows what you're doing in your job if you're not aware.
Start this meeting,
It is.
or shall we elect an alternative chairman?
This is brilliant. This bit.
Oh, hiya. I'm just in a meeting at the moment. Can I give you a call back when it finishes?
The good reason.
Okay, all right.
Mute your mic. Mute it. Please make sure everybody's mic is muted. And so she's taken a call. This isn't Jackie, this is random Julie. Don't know who Julie is. I don't think we see her at any point. I'm just going to talk really loudly and I forgot to mute my mic. I'm on a call right
Alternative
now.
chairman.
Oh, hiya. I'm just in a meeting at the moment. Can I give you a call back when it finishes?
The good reason.
Okay, all right, bye.
Just decline the call. Just decline
Chairman,
it.
albeit late, shall we get this meeting started?
As long as you
Can't see
understand.
Jackie Weaver.
And what's that? Why is that suddenly a shot of the guy from behind? We know who he is. I think his name's
Chairman,
Brian.
albeit late, shall we get this meeting
I
started?
don't know, random. Look, he's not paying attention.
long
What's
as
he
you
up
Can't
to?
see Jackie Weaver.
Who's this woman?
Right, we'll start the meeting, and I want to repeat what I said at the beginning of the last meeting, that this meeting has not been called according to the law. The law has been broken.
It has been properly
Will you
called.
please let the chairman
Mrs. Weaver, please.
If you disrupt this meeting, I will have to remove you from it.
You can't.
You can't. Infamous last words. You can't remove him. You reckon?
It's only the chairman who can remove people from a meeting. You have no authority here, Jackie Weaver. No authority at all.
She's just kicked him out.
I-
Right. Just a minute. No, she's kicked him out. Don't. She's kicked him out. Don't.
This is
There it is. There's the punchline. There it is. You have no authority here. I'm sorry, but she's in control of the Zoom. She's got all the power here, mate. I'm sorry. Then the outrage, the disgust at what she's done. She's flexed her muscle. Go, Jackie.
No authority at all.
Bye.
She's kicked him out.
I-
Right. Just a minute. No, she's kicked him out. Don't. She's kicked him out. Don't.
this is a meeting called by two councillors.
Illegally.
You may now elect a chairman.
No, they
Flexing the
can't
law.
because the vice chair's here. I take charge.
Oh, want to mess with him? Oh, I take charge. Oh, very angry.
Vice chair's here. I take charge. Read the standing orders. Read them and understand them.
Dear me.
Appalling
Someone's lost the high road there.
behaviour.
Chairman gone.
Appalling.
A copy of this will, in fact, be sent to the monitoring officer.
Well, I hope so.
Out of those people,
Where's the chairman?
we elect
Where's he gone? Where is he?
Where's the chairman gone?
like to elect a chairman for this meeting.
You don't have to elect a chairman. There's a chairman already installed.
I'm sorry, but Barry, I don't need to see your spotlight above your head. Why can you not position your camera better? Jackie, look at that. Jackie Weaver knows her stuff.
Like
She's
to
positioned
elect a
properly.
chairman for
Look
this
at classy lady. She has a nice background. She's at a nice angle. It's got it all right. I love her for that alone. She's flexing. Jackie, you're my hero.
meeting.
You don't have to elect a chairman. There's a chairman already installed.
Well,
The
he's not
chairman
here.
of the council.
He's not here anymore, I'm afraid, Barry. He's gone.
Through this.
You don't, what are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about.
Again, more patronising and misogyny.
The chairman of the council is the chairman of the council.
Spit it out, Barry. And you all know that these guys are the ones who are basically curtain twitchers, who will get well angry if somebody happens to be walking down their street who's not local as well.
Yeah, I'm going to subpoena everybody. Let's go.
Roberto, could I ask you to be respectful to Jackie Weaver, please?
I like Sue. I like John.
Elect
And then, this guy and was it Alex's or Ali's iPad? I'm not a big fan of the pair of them.
Here comes the subpoena.
No, if I'm not mistaken, one of the best things coming up is very shortly too. Come on, I think it's the bit which I think is amazing. It's all a bit quiet. It's all a bit quiet. Trying to get it rolling. Is it happening?
Just you go and help them. She's
Listen
kicked
carefully.
Barry out, so I'm leaving. No, Barry. No, Barry has gone. I'll stay. We're trying to have a Teams meeting, you fool. We're trying to have a Teams meeting, you fool. What if you got that?
Why does he go full Gollum? What happens there? Oh, I've got to listen to that again. I mean, I can't do a Gollum impression as good as that. This is just it's basically like he's arguing amongst himself. Why does he do that with his voice?
chairman.
I love this.
Just you go and help them. She's kicked Barry out, so I'm leaving. Don't, Barry. No, Barry has gone. I'll stay.
I don't even know what he says.
We're trying to have a Teams meeting, you fool.
We're trying to have a Teams meeting, you fool. No, he's kicked him out, my precious. No.
We're trying to have a Teams meeting, you fool. What if you got that?
Nasty, tricksy Jackie Weavers.
We just don't.
Jackie Weaver, I find that the person on Aled Brewerton's Zoom is being very disrespectful to everybody.
Oh, coming from you from Birkenhead, that sounds good.
What's that? What's that about? Is that why is she from Birkenhead? What's that a bad thing? You snob.
My first point is to apologise to Jackie, but welcome to Handforth.
Sounds like a raucous place. I want to go and visit there now. I think it's up Carlisle way, if I'm not mistaken.
Start.
Indeed, it's nothing if not lively in Handforth.
Yes, but what I would say is that it was a very good example of bullying within Cheshire East and the environs.
I get that impression.
John, can I make a very, very quick point?
Oh, Breaking Bad coming in it. There we go.
And the environs.
John, can I make a very, very quick point? Rich coming from the chairman who hasn't held a meeting since March to try and call this one illegal. The man is a complete disgrace.
I agree with you.
Okay, thank you, Peter.
And that's it, right? And that's fundamentally it. There's more to it. There's extended versions of people having the conversations afterwards. Wow. It's amazing. And that is just gone viral. It's ripped it throughout, certainly in the UK. It's spreading globally. I think BBC have spoken to Jackie. There's been updates and loads of stuff on Twitter. If you want to look at Jackie Weaver or Handforth Parish Council on Twitter on the hashtag, you can see more of the stuff on there. No matter how many times you watch it, I can't stop laughing. But the Gollum thing for me, I just... She's booted him! And I've done a bit more research. I want to know what's going on here. So I've looked at other things. And there's a guy who's done a fantastic thing on Twitter. He's done a bit of research. He's broken it down. Let's big this up. And I'll just quickly whiz through this to give a bit more context for people. There's a guy called Ben Dunbar at BD Dunbar. And for those of you not following the Handforth Parish Council thing, then he has done a bit of research and a breakdown. And he's introducing the people. We've had that with the chair of the council, Brian Tolver, the vice chair, which I think is Gollum. We may as well call him Gollum from now on, Aled, and the chair of the employment committee, Barry Burkill. And he's the one who was, with the spotlight above his head. And then it breaks it down. It's like a division. It seems to be a split with people. There's our hero of the hour, Jackie Weaver, who just stays so calm and controlled of it all. I mean, just her entire demeanour is brilliant throughout it. And then he clarifies that it all stemmed from December 2019 about a councillor, Jean Thompson, failing to attend a council meeting, and therefore she wasn't there for a long time, and she therefore it was 8 months, I think it was, and they had a virtual council meeting, so she could have been there, and there's a point made by a member of public that they could have done all this, and really trying to whiz through all the text. It's quite detailed and intricate, I guess, because people are trying to work out who's in the wrong here. I think it's ultimately neither here nor there. When it comes to all like legal and bureaucratic, this is the worst of it all, the worst of all committees and council meetings and everything, just the bureaucracy that gets involved from people being spiteful and then getting into spats over the most minor things and being pedantic and picky, and they're bringing like the law and legal advice, everything in the legality. I think Esther McVeigh is meant to be with their MP, and she got drafted in to ask her opinion too. Legal advice being asked, and then it's to do with what the end of it all. When I whiz all the way through, because you can read this at any particular point if you want to go through this, is that effectively the current situation is splitting the council in two. They're not really engaging party one, which is the first one, which is Gollum and co. And Jackie Weaver knows what she's doing, and they knew about recording it on video that they would get a lot of this, that they would have a better feeling. Because if you have minutes, I was reading elsewhere as well, that the minute side of things doesn't really ever fairly reflect tone, intonation with people. And having it on video, and later on in the video, say, can we make this public? They knew this would go far afield. I don't think they thought it'd go globally far afield. But I think this is a good sign as to everything goes on at committee meetings, as the way that people can talk to each other and patronize and talk down to them. The minutes don't reflect that unless you're there. And of course, if there's tribalism and splits there, it's unfair. And I think this, in a nutshell, reflects a lot of things that go on, and everybody can relate. And the fact that everybody can relate is not a good thing. That's an issue. People's attitudes. I don't want to make a sweeping statement, but it tends to come from a particular portion of our demographic that's done this and always done this, and I hope never to be like that. As I march onward toward that age bracket, I'm always going to try and make sure that I stay open-minded, innovative, and progressive. Anyway, but it is funny. It is funny, right? Let's have a look through some of your comments. So thank you for joining me for that test as well. I'll be saying thank you and goodbye in just a second, but I wanted to watch it and talk through it, and I'll go through your comments as I always do afterwards. And yeah, it's extraordinary. It is absolutely Gabineer. This is extraordinary, but good. It's been exposed. Those Gamony, sorry. I mean, the Gammon terminology, which I find fascinating in terms of people are taking offence at that and declaring to call it racist. No, it's not. The bullies are quite something, but there are loads elsewhere. Yeah, and I have seen it, and I know it goes on. I know it does. And but yeah, Linda Bussey, I vote Jackie Weaver starts the next London Marathon. Yeah, I mean, this time next week, there'll be something else, which is just rippled through, and everybody will be focusing on this. Will be yesterday's newspaper, yesterday's chip paper, or tomorrow's. What's the phrase? You know what it is, chip paper. And it is funny. Toria Dick, there we go. Yeah, whatever legality, speaking to anyone like that is not acceptable. Precisely. It's the flexing. It's like, I know the rules, I know the law, you haven't read this. And it's just that patronizing terminology and that tone and everything. It just... horrid. Miss P, flight at the Village Green scheduled into the agenda. My money's on Jackie Weaver. Absolutely. And if you read some of the comments on Twitter, I think the majority of people who watch this get a better impression from her. Leah, wow, we love that. Someone researched it. Yeah. I mean, there are previous videos apparently from committee meetings that I think are physically present, that also give greater context. And this won't be the end of it. In the next 48 hours, you're going to find lots of people will be doing lots of research. Everybody's going to be focusing and pouring into this and talking about it. But there you go. And last few comments, and then thank you for joining me, guys. Wilmslow Park Run is really close. Well, I'm going to pop up there. Thank you, Dave. I did think about that. I didn't think about that at all. But yeah, Wilmslow Park Run is really close. Road trip for us all once the world is back to normal. Sorry, Emma Shaw. Powwow isn't going to happen at Perry Hall. We're all going to Wilmslow. We're going to go and visit Handforth afterwards. But they are an absolute disgrace. May they be cleaning the parish toilets from this day forth. And of course, last Park Run tie-in. You will hopefully mostly recall that the first park run that was kicked out in the UK from this location was Littlestoke Park Run, Bristol Way, and the Parish Council, because of course Parish Council were just being what I considered to be very unreasonable, and just wouldn't accommodate. And there you go. Those are the kind of people that do that kind of thing. It's a shame that Jackie Weaver wasn't on the Littlestoke Parish, so I would have thought that things would have turned out very, very differently. So yeah, thank you very much once again for joining me. Also, I did promise Patreon people, our patrons and supporters, I said I'll be giving away something. I've made a mistake. I have got that. Now, it's kind of missing its internals. It's meant to be a cushion. It's meant to have a cushion. Now, I thought I paid for a cushion bespoke, and I've got some of these without the cushion inside. So I'm going to wait for the cushion to turn up. I then had to go and order. We're going to have one next to Dolly in future, so you'll be able to see. A couple of those to kind of make the backgrounds look nicer. But one of you guys are Ko-Fi supporters or patrons, Patreon people, I'm going to do a random draw, and you'll get one of these, and I'll send it out to you. But I can't send this out to you because it's missing its insides. Anyway. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. I'll see you tomorrow for Park Faff at 11 o'clock, as per usual. Nicola's not around, so I need to have another person to join me. So I'll have to go and put my feelers out to see who would like to join me for Park Faff. But any suggestions, any ideas of people that I could reasonably have on, or you would like to hear from, and then let us know in the comments. And I'll see you tomorrow. Anyway, so yeah, thank you very much. As always, love to you all. Take care. We're nearly there. Vaccinations keep going. Numbers are going down. We'll make it there soon. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.